So, last month, my roommate Chad announced he was taking organizational matters into his own hands. This was alarming, because the last time Chad got organized, we had a color-coded sock drawer but no actual pairs. Still, I was willing to go along with it, especially since it meant I might finally stop pouring salt instead of sugar onto my cereal. The next morning, I noticed all our cereal boxes lined up on the counter, each with a little sticky note, A for Apple Jacks, C for Cheerios, and so on. I thought, wow, Chad actually did something helpful for once. But then, things started getting weird. I went to grab my favorite, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and found it filed under T for too much sugar. Meanwhile, Raisin Bran was nowhere to be found, but in its place was a box of granola bars labeled R for really just trying here. Chad had apparently decided the alphabet was more of a suggestion than a rule and started arranging things based on his own secret logic. It was like breakfast Sudoku, and only Chad had the answer key. The following week, our kitchen looked less like a pantry and more like a conspiracy theorist's dream. There was a flowchart taped to the fridge: if you want oats, CG, for granola, duh. If you're looking for flakes, check under P, for probably not cereal. Sure enough, I found a box of quinoa flakes tucked behind the Pop-Tarts with a sticky note, P, probably not cereal, but Chad says it counts. At this point, I was too intimidated to ask about the frozen waffles, which had apparently been reclassified as B for breakfast pizza. This morning, I tried to confront Chad as he was alphabetizing the bagels, B for bread with a hole, but he just pointed at the chart and said, "It all makes sense if you don't think about it." That's when I realized, in our kitchen, breakfast wasn't the most important meal of the day, it was just the most puzzling. And as for my favorite cereal? Chad said he filed it under F for Finders Keepers.